Deuteronomy 17. When you desire a king, God didn't want them to have a king, but he foresaw their likely weakness. And he does that with us as well. Well, he says, the king whom you choose must not multiply horses to himself. He mustn't get horses out of Egypt. He mustn't multiply wives, lest his heart will turn away. He mustn't multiply silver and gold. And when he becomes king, he must write for himself a copy of this law in a book. Which law? The law about how a king should be. When you come to Solomon, he did all these things. He did multiply horses. He had whole chariot cities full of them. He multiplied wives. He had about 1,000 of them. He did multiply silver and gold. And yet when he became king, he would have copied out this law. I must not do this. And he goes and does it. I think you see there for all time a warning about the kind of tendency we have as human beings to know God's law and do the very exact, precise opposite. There's something broken in us. That does not mean we are absolutely inevitable sinners and cannot do anything about it. But we need to recognize the sort of stuff we are made of and the territory that we are navigating. We are weak. We see God's law, you copy it out, and you go and do the very exact things it says don't do. There is something in us that does not want to make personally relevant to me God's word. To assume that, oh yes, that's there, but that's for someone else. Well, yes, I do those things, but I am okay. For me, it will not be like this. This is who we are. And the more you realize that about yourself and humble yourself to realize that you are so weak and have this strong tendency, the more you will beg God to do something about it and to give you his spirit, his mind. And that is the gift that is possible to us in the gift of his spirit. Open your heart, your hands, your mind, and ask him to fill you with his spirit.